When I was in my 40s, I read a book about near-death experiences for the first time. The name of the book is Life After Life. The author is Raymond Moody. This is a classic book concerning near-death experience. He popularized the term near-death experience, or NDE. When I read this book, I was impressed, especially with the bright light, or being of light, and a tremendous amount of warmth and love come from the light that many experiencers of NDE see and feel. According to the Moody's book, the encounter with the bright light is like this. It was beautiful and so bright, so radiant, but it didn't hurt my eyes. It's not any kind of light you can describe on earth. I didn't actually see a person in this light, but yet it has a special identity. It definitely does. It is a light of perfect understanding and perfect love. And all during this time, I felt as though I was surrounded by an overwhelming love and compassion. I haven't had any near-death experiences, but when I read this, I felt a kind of nostalgia. I felt as if the light were my soul's homeland. Since then, I began to read dozens of books about NDEs, and finally, I myself wrote a book about NDE 10 years later. It was written in Japanese. However, I've now decided to translate this book and continue posting it here little by little, even if I am not good at English. It may take several years to complete this series. Anyway, let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce an impressive near-death experience by a Japanese woman, Suzuki Hideko. She is a university professor specializing in modern Japanese literature and a nun of the Sacred Heart Society. At the time of this experience, she was traveling and staying in the monastery to which her friend belonged. Sleepless that night, she somehow got up in the middle of the night and stepped into what looked like a corner in a dark corridor, which was actually a steep staircase. Unbalanced, she rolled down the stairs and was fainted by the shock. Suddenly, her body was floating in the air, and the another she was staring at the floating her from a higher place. Many lotus petals covered her feet, who were floating in the air. The petals were falling one by one from her feet. Looking at the situations from a higher level, she found that every time the petals fell, he would be free from suffering one by one. When one of the petals fell, she muttered, "Oh, now I don't have to bother with what people say. I'm free." When another petal fell, she muttered, "I don't have to worry about people anymore and be threatened by anxiety. I'm free." An endless sense of liberation and joy overflowed in her heart. When she left only the last petal, she flew to the highest point in an instant, and was surrounded by a beautiful light that he had never seen before. She found herself in a world of light, full of whitish golden glow. It was a dazzling glow, and it wasn't too bright. It was the light of life itself with a personality, and the living light that has deep connection and interaction with herself. She felt that this was bliss, completely free. Mysteriously, all five senses and thoughts were lively and clear. She thought that the moment when the Olympic athlete broke the world record in the best conditions would be in a similar situation. In her clear consciousness, she clearly understood, in the Lord of the light that is life itself, I am all understood, accepted, forgiven, and completely loved. This is the culmination of love. Moreover, there is no time in the filled world of light. She thought this was eternity. Her heart was filled with love. Her intellect was clear, and all her abilities were in harmony at their best. When staying in such a blissful feeling, he heard a voice from somewhere. Please heal her. Please heal her. When she heard that voice, the Lord of Light, life itself, said, Please return to this world. It wasn't a word, but she knew it was told that way. In addition, she received the message, when you return to this world, the most important things are to know and to love. The voices, please heal her, please heal her, were those of the nuns who were worried about the accident and were praying around her. Fortunately, she had only a slight crack in her ribs, and during the rest after the accident, she had an even more important experiences. I'd like to talk about that next time.